Hello. Welcome. Today we're gonna drive up a mountain in a game that I just rediscovered a few days ago. I bought this game way back, I think in maybe 2015. Played it for a few hours. It was okay. Then I forgot about it. But we're back. Because since then, survival mode has been added. And it's a blast, to be honest. Now, I've been only doing single player. But I've heard that... oh god, Jesus. But I've heard that the online community for this game is really fun. So I might pop into that someday. Although... my mental condition is preventing me, I guess. Well, it's not preventing me, it's just a hindrance. Okay, that's aiming through the block entirely. Let's grab this. I've already grabbed this once, but I forgot to save, so I wouldn't get anything out of the loot box, I guess, or chance box. It's not a loot box, sorry. It's a chance box, I guess. Kind of looks like a loot box. Yeah. Gonna grab this. Yoink. How do I do this? Yes, like that. Also, something I haven't really figured out yet is, like for instance, when I hold Alt and do that, deposit components. For some reason, when you hold Alt, your mouse gets really sensitive vertically, but not horizontally. It's weird. And when you're flying, it makes you do this. It tilts your local camera. Like, this is backwards, which it shouldn't be, and this is forwards, which it shouldn't be. But if I hit V, there we go. Now V is forward and S is backwards. So some oddities of the game that I haven't figured out yet. And also this freaking HUD toolbar whatever system. It's some getting used to, but overall I like it. Oh shit. No, please, please, please. F. God damn it. We are literally 4 minutes and 8 seconds into this. And there's already been explosions. And my hydrogen generator is gone. Excuse me while I reload. Yeah, I'm just not gonna deal with that. Let me add a gyro, so that will not happen again. Let's add a gyro somewhere. Gyro, yeah, gyro. Let's pop that wherever. Let's. Where's semi-protected area? Ish. I want to remove these batteries. That's why they're set to discharge, by the way. There? I guess? I don't think I have all the components to build low. Or I might. No, I don't. Steel tubes. Oof. That's, what? Can I get it to functional without? No, I can't. Oh, I'll do this. It's gonna be along for the ride. Why can't I move suddenly? Something has gone terribly wrong. I have multiple questions. Let's wedge myself underneath of here and like try and tilt it up, see if the wheels are stuck in the ground or something like that. What? It was literally working a second ago. What happened? Oh, not turned on. God damn it, everything's breaking. Yes. Toggle the wheels. I have major confusions. Is it because... I mean, I have power in the big battery still. I'm just like curious as to like what has happened here. Why will it not move? That's lifting all the wheels off the ground, so this will allow us to rule out like being stuck in the world. God damn it, I broke that again. Okay. Like, what? Go, damn it. Didn't... I have many questions. What? Wait, what? Nothing is working. Why did it just stop? Let's reload that. Oh. Well then. What I'm gonna do? Carpentry. Is I'm gonna pick this up just to show you. It's not gonna give me any item at all. Oh. Well then, that's a way to farm those. Yoink. There you go. Am I gonna return to my little base? I am. This is a bit away. But don't worry, we'll get to climbing a mountain shortly. Just gonna need to put some gyros on this thing because it's a reasons like that. Because literally any airtime I have, if I land in any way like front heavy, like with the front wheels first, I'm spinning out of mind. So yeah, like that. Nice. Wait, what? How much is an O2 generator? Requires large tubes. Let's just get all this ice back to base. So we're officially only on battery power. That's encouraging. I really need a gyro. There's my base. Spin. Uh... 15 minutes and 21 seconds in. Frustration. Also, while we're here, I might as well show you this. Look at this little drill head. 2 drills. Let's digs this. Me like. It's the same over there. Anyway, let's repair this. And you know what? To hell with these batteries. They were full, now they're not full. Which is good enough. So let's get freaking large steel tubes. Heavy motherfuckers. Is that a... no, that's a refiner. Do I even have it on a bar? I do. There. What? I think that's the right way around, like, hard to see. Oh, that's the wrong button. These are set to recharge at the moment. I shall change that. These are just going to be maintenance batteries to make sure that the thing doesn't despawn. Because I've heard that can be an issue. So there we go. Which means I can actually remove that. Yeah. But instead I have a generator. How about that? Nice upgrade, I like it. There's some more ice. Yeah, it's been filled to the brim. And we still have a bunch of ice in there. And nothing in the other. Okay. Can I like no? Like I'm still learning. Like I have no idea what these filters actually do except empty crap. Bainol is off, so it's not ignoring the filters. Blacklisted ice, so ice will not be pulled through. So, wow, wait. I think I know why. I need 2 sorters, don't I? I said we were gonna climb mountains, yeah, sure. Surprise, we're building a fucking base. Oh crap. Oh well. I'll do that later when I get home. I'll put a junction there instead. But for now, let's actually drive up the mountain. Just gonna check some things real quick. We are gonna do this. Show me good highs. Nice. Speaking of, bring some more of that. Actually, just pretty much. This is the only thing consuming ice on my little racers, so I don't really worry. So we got 50k roughly. $75.4k plus 27k of ice. That should be quite a bit. Let's drive. Oh, now we're driving on the batteries. Yeah, we don't really have much left of those. How do... There you go. So as you see, we're maxing out our small battery. There is where this comes in. There you go. 4 years of driving time, theoretically. That will go up even more once the batteries are charged. Whoa! Also, how's my gyro? Yeah, it seems to be working. Can I like shift to make to go faster? No? I think that's yoink yoink. Actually. Ah, 190, let's go. Let's drive 190 across icy plains. Shit. Ho. Hoi. Hey. Ha. Hoo. That thing was a good idea. Those gyros were a good idea. Oh, look at this thing sliding down that hill. That actually sounds like a car with a diesel thing on. Why do I suddenly get a bunch of items? 3 in a row. I mean, theoretically, yes. They could just tap into the processor list and be like, is OBS running? If so, tell that to the server and give them more loot because reasons. But that would be fucking lucrative and scummy. And I hope they'd realize that and not do that. hope those two in a row are a fluke. Anyway, let's drive up a mountain. Wait, I should be able to like roll this. Stop. Don't see a difference. Driving time 4 years. Let's go. Where are we even headed? Good question. Okay. Over here, I don't know if you can see my cursor. I think you can. Yes, you can. Over here. I think that's the highest point. Also, I should really soften up the suspension. I should really add it to the flipping bar. With a soft suspension, just to see how that works. Let's do the drive from inside. Oh crap. Ah! Shit! Oh! Okay. 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 I can really notice that I pulled up the speed limit on the wheels. This is not safe. However, who the fuck cares if it's safe or not? We're humans, for fuck's sake. Let's continue. That kinda encapsulated tying in a race right there. Danger? Ah. Came this far. Let's continue. I think I'm not sure. Question now is that or that side of the pass. I'll choose this side. Let's be gentle on the power. Oh yeah. Ah, wrong buttons. Shit. No, 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 no. Shit. Okay, okay, okay. Wait. Don't do anything. Okay, it's at 100%, we still have power. If that goes, we only have a limited amount of power. Shit. Fuck. So Q and E doesn't work when you have only... Oh god. Come on. The Q and E buttons don't do anything, but my mouse does this. Turn this off. How are you? Fine. Everything here is fine so far. I think this is solvable now. If I just... Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Utterly perfect. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, please don't. Please don't. Oh no, it's... Okay. Whipping my mouse around does nothing. God damn it. And it's hovering. That's my phone. Take that later. What am I stuck on? Game. What am I stuck on? Okay. Because back wheel traction, I guess. Let's turn around and get back. Ah, shit. Back off, back off, back off, back off. Oh god. Okay, survive that. Where's all these ridges? Maybe I should soften down my suspension a little. There you go, 10%. Ish. Good. I'm literally getting stuck on semi-flat ground. Can't go any way but forward as well. Can't back out of it. Oh my god, this is too much like real life. Okay, there we go, finally. Let's try and find a semi-appropriate path, if there is one. Yeah, not here, not here, not here. Ow! Yeah, this is not going too well. I thought it was going to be way easier. Come on, what the... Okay, we're going the hard way. Over the freaking things, I guess. And we are now flying down the mountain because it's a mountain. Okay, fractalness of nature has gotten at me again. The closer I get, the more complicated it gets. But... No! Stop! Fuck. No, please, please, please. Okay, we're going all the way then. Okay. Continue. Continue. Yeah, we're gonna do some of acrobatics. And there we go. We're not even gonna step out to check the health because all of that's gone out the window. That's not the path I wanna go. And I literally have 0 grip, so let's enable 4-wheel drive. What? Okay, that's weird. Like, I've never had any issues with this game until I start streaming. That's very weird. Just coast on there. Oh, clonk. 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 Yeah. Oh. Okay. Good enough. Come on. There we go. Probably move this. And although I did went out and repair it there, those events are gonna get less frequent, I bet, as we get more and more frustrated. And we're flying. Okay, that definitely hurts something. The thing is that I don't have any roll, so I have to rotate and then pitch to adjust. I need to check the front here. Somehow we're all fine. Right from inside. Let's go up this way, this long way, and see what if we can access through here. gyros. Oh. Yeah, this is... This is a dilemma. Wrong button. Okay, I can do this. Not. Lower our suspension. Increase our strength a bit. On the suspension, actually. I think we need to go through here. I mean, that ain't too bad. An idea. Stupid idea, but an idea. Oh, ow. I'm just spinning my tires here. Oh god. Okay. Gyro saves the day. Gyro saves the day. I don't know what I did, but I righted it. And we're going upwards again. I don't want to do this. Can I beep myself backwards? Beep, beep. I mean, I could do this and then look. That's kind of boring. So let's be like, yeah, we're in the... Oh, we're back here. Oh, that works. Yep, that's a way. That's a U-turn. Perfect. Oh, okay. Let's just admire that stop. That's literally on the cliff edge. Before I went between, if I go top, I'll just get in between and eventually stuck. Oh, poor armor blocks. don't think there's a way. Oh! This is not good. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. I was like, no, is this an Austin Powers moment or something? Okay. No. Damn it. Ow. Okay, let's just continue. And I seem to have lost something. My power usage is way high. But the estimate is still 4 years. Oh! Okay! Then... This is... Maybe I should go outside and have a look at the vehicle. Stop here. How are we doing? It seems to be fine, to be honest. It's completely fine. This has been that the whole time and I just haven't noticed until now. Oh god, no. Stop. Shit. Well, I kind of jumped into this sticky situation, so... I could go back. But I did jump off a cliff to get here, so... In reality, there's no actual return there. I don't think that horizon is correct if it keeps doing that. Or it is correct. I don't think it's correct. It's just that it's maximum. Damn it. Yeah, maybe I should have looked where I went there. Just turn from climbing the mountain to fucking survive and get home alive in one place. Wherever that is. Around. Okay, we'll follow it. And rope. Slam. I guess we'll just follow this down. Damn it. Okay. You are shitting me. Wait, what? Every time I want to go down, I have to go up. Every time I want to go up, I have to go down. Oof. Okay. But literally, there's no place for me to go. Everywhere I go, there's just stuckness. Let's turn around and drive upward. If we can. We're oddly close to tipping. No, god damn it, fuck. Okay. So this is preventing us from tipping. How the fuck? No, please, no, fucking damn it. Okay, just go. Just go. God damn it, just flip. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Guess we can head down over here. Actually, let's Let's see if it's possible. Oh, shit, no, okay, okay. We're getting into those things again. It's just gonna get worse. So, yeah, let's stop there. Let's turn around. Abandon plan. Okay, we're fine. We are completely fine. Thank God for gyros, and somehow my hand was able to... No. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're completely fine. We're not fine. Damn it. What did we lose? Who the fuck cares? Oh, we're stuck. Shit. And more shit exploded. And more shit exploded. And donk. And donk. Still have batteries. There's my eyes. I think I'm just gonna quick load at this point. Yeah, someone saves coming. Okay. Let's actually go down this side instead of trying to go up again. Let's see if this is a better, safer route. Not so fast! Avoid the trees! Slow down! God damn it! Shit. Okay, we're coasting. At a reasonable speed. And shit, we're getting into that kind of terrain again. I think the speed is key. Yeah. Like, the faster you go over the bumps, the less you feel them. Okay, let's turn down here. And there you go, we're down. We survived somehow. And I've learned that I cannot go to the top of a mountain with 3x3 wheels. Whoop. And I've also learned that also I haven't even checked what exploded, but I also learned that gyros are very nice to have. Oh, it does work! This is really sluggish. Whatever that was. Wait, we still... How the fuck? We're officially on small battery power again. We are not officially leaving the ice behind. Even though I already did, but to hell with it. So let's just limp back home. Wait, what? How am I? How's the hydrogen generator on? Is it because it has... Oh, it's draining. Okay, it has a buffer, and it's currently... Oh yeah, it's there. I see it's draining. Okay. There it is, and I should... Ah, okay, thank God for handbrake. Bonk. Ow. Damn it. Another O2 generator it is then. Yes. Oh, wait. Doesn't matter. We need steel plates. And no fuel, and the game was a bit oof there for a moment. Didn't really know what to do. Fuel low, you say? Damn it. That's the only reason why I still have my starter ship, because it's my hydrogen refiller. Okay. As well. God damn it. Yes, that is correct. Here. Right now. And I need that. What did it say more? Computer. F. Oh, inventory. Okay. Oh, motor. Nah. I'm surprised all of this in the front is fine. Ah, that battery went oof. Explains it. Let's get in under there by turning upside down. Well, then up. I need 2 cells. What? Game. Right click, drag to enter. Inventory, of course. Okay, there we go. Surprisingly, this thing hasn't been blown up. Oh yeah. That's that thing, I guess. I have a stupid idea. You need blah blah blah. Why? Why? Wait, what? What? Oh, Hamrick. Zum zum. This is a bad idea. It's drilling. It's drilling. Let's right click. Oh god. Every time I right click it just makes us. Okay, it's digging its own grave. Yeah, it's digging its own grave. Let's not do that. Let's drive to somewhere and dig somewhere with the thing that digs its own grave. Wait a minute. How much does this actually dig? Like this. Sizable chunk. Text is in the way, but I have an idea. I kinda need to see how wide this drills. And what the hell is scraping underneath of there? Oh, it's the entire chassis. I'm just gonna dig this until it stops doing the spinny spins. We're doing the particles. Is it done? There you go, now it's done. So that's the maximum it will ever realize, which is just basically halfway across. My idea is surface strip miner that just moves along by itself forever. Maybe. double click with drill tools, with vehicle tools, I mean. Good to know. Woo! Shit. Let's get this unknown signal. Let's stay away out of that. See if we get something. Third in a row. It's... Oh, I think so. I got that. Inventory full. That's why I got this with me. Go. So yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna find somewhere to dig. I guess we kinda just made our own digging spot there. I guess it sort of works, but now I'm probably stuck. The sounds are stuck. Oh god. Come on, you can do it. Yeah! Come on! Yes! So, yeah, there you go. The most useless mining operation ever. We got nothing from that too. Yeah. It's probably more efficient just to leave the drill running. Oh, it still digs at this height. So what if I... Wait, is this iron here? Or was that just the cover of the dust? No iron here. I have a stupid idea, but let's do it. Wheels. $10 kilometers an hour. This is not 10 kilometers an hour. Okay, we're coasting at some speed. And I'm gonna turn, first of all. And then... yeah, that can be there, but then I can actually have the toggle. There. So there you go. So we are increasing in speed, which is kind of oof. Kind of wanted it to stay at its maximum speed. We're careening down the hill. Is it because we don't have brakes on all four? No, we're still cartwheeling. Anyway, with that in mind, let's just free roll. What the hell am I even doing? I'm leaving indents in the earth as I go, probably. There we go, let's slow down. I said let's slow down. Slow down. Is this 10 kilometers an hour? Shit, that's slow. But it's very fast for a drill. Very slow for a car, very fast for a drill. If I can set this thing to basically be yeah, this is what I don't get with the propulsed override. It just doesn't work. It just starts turning like this. Ah, shit. Oh yeah, I can't really back up because I'll just be going over my old trail. Shit. Fuck. Well, at least the thing digs me a new trail. There we go. I can back up. Slowly turning over back to the base. And I will figure out... let's enable propulsion override on that one. 100 gets us forward, okay. Negative 100. That gets us forward. 100 stops us. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, I can aim with my mouse now. And now we're just gonna careen down this hill. At a speed mildly acceptable as walking speed. But to which a drill is like light years too fast. Light years? That's the wrong measurement. That's a measurement of distance. Let's see here. Does that mean I can just exit this? Oh, look at it. It's leaving a... It's like leaving a mud imprint. What is this? Wee, 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 wee. It's slower than walking speed. It's gonna hit the tree, isn't it? Oh yeah. Hit the tree. It just doesn't care. Poor tree. I can still see the particles. You can follow it. Its trail. I heard you like stone, so now you can mine stone wherever you drive. I think that's fine for a while, so I'll just leave it. Oh wait, no. It's not fine. It's not fine. Shit! Why did that turn off? Okay. Where is it? Oh wait. It's already at my base? How the fuck? Check this poor tree out. Oh, I just plainly left it behind this time. Nice. Why did I do this? Oh wait, those do damage. I forgot about that. Yeah, this thing is now making its own. It's now making its own ore and ice to survive off. Oh, we got shit in our cockpit. That's awful nice. There's shit in our thing. Yeah, we are filled up. And with that said, how the fuck did I manage to fill this up? That should make it stop. Or at least start coasting. Suspension, probably. Oh wait, no. It's still the caution override. So this thing is heavy now. I can see it. There we go. Wait, what the f... I was... I'm an idiot. I was gonna drive towards the base and I drive towards the unknown sailor instead. Where? Oh god. Go up. Shh. Oof. Good enough. I can keep running, I guess. Or does it need to? Yeah, it doesn't need to, I think. I accidentally turned on the drill there for a second. And that's invalid. Oh. Huh. Line. Yeah. Yeah. Is this empty now? Not the cockpit. Even though the ore got in there somehow. Oh, what? Eh? I have confusion. What? So I can move motors. And a fuck ton of ice. Huh. Maybe I should tell it to... I wonder if you even can tell the game to keep a specific amount of things. Because quite frankly, I don't want my cockpit filling up with ice. Yes. Ice for days. Yeah, this is not tedious at all. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, we failed to climb the mountain. For now. For now. So yeah. And I shall say that's it. And yeah, I have nothing more to say, so I shall say goodbye.